All right, peace. Back at it, y'all. Campaign, Sunday Night Live, Sunday School, Sunday, March 9th. Had to step out for a hot second, and I'm black, and the Lord said to tell you hi. Um, what is life's purpose? Part two. Um, Sunday, I guess it's kind of like church day, church night. We ain't getting into no religion, just getting into deep thoughts and deep subject matters. Salute. Wrench Mob, God Mod, Big Adrian X, holding it down. Um, Kind of learned the lesson last night from comments and stuff that I kind of like shouldn't have been paying attention to. I was trying to focus. It's Ramadan, so I'm still trying to focus on all positive, peaceful, non-confrontational stuff. But I kind of slipped last night, so try not to do that this evening. I want to apologize for that last night because uh, I got on a page that I didn't want to get on and it was incorrect. And I'm reading comments that was late and out of time and off the topic. So trying to make sure I don't make that mistake again. Big Cliff, salute, new album 225, 2025. I don't know, man. I don't know about for me. I don't know, man. Um, my focus is kind of somewhere else. My focus is not really on music industry. I mean, I love the music. I love the art form, but I do not love the opposite of love of the people that you gotta go through to get your message out or get your product out or get things done. So for right now, I'll be doing features or something like that if somebody want me on their project. But yeah, that's this industry and this whole institution, this world is my arch enemy right now. So that's what I'm doing my whole fasting and praying and self mastery for, so I can tap into the keys to help destroy it. Because I got beef, I got enemies, and it's time to deal with them. It's the season for me to deal with for all of us, but especially for me, because yeah. So yeah, the music I'm gonna do, it's a different kind of music. I'm gonna play a different kind of tune. You know what I'm saying? Salute King Z, Earl Time, salute. Um, Iron sharpen iron, continue, salute. Most high energy, Earl Time, salute. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, the subject for the night so far is part two of what I was kind of touching on yesterday, which was what is life's purpose? What is our purpose, especially right now at the end of the enemy's world, where so much man, there's so much opness, there's so much adversarial betrayal and beef and just drama and um the enemy, like the real enemy, you can tell they got a short time because they pulling out all the stops, they doing what they made to do. And if we don't got no foundation, if we don't have no wise divine foundation of what time it is, then we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it through they tricks and they traps. So I can just tell you that straight out. If we don't got light and guidance, because it's about to get all the way dark. When I mean dark, I mean ignorant, confusion, chaos. Because we already rejected the light. We already have rejected the divine guidance and divine guides. So it ain't gonna do nothing but get worse. And since our people and our loved ones and even family members or spouses or ex-spouses or whatever, they is going to be caught up in it, so that's going to have emotional heartstrings attached to us and how we respond. We ain't rose above our emotions and understanding that it's time to cut the cord, cut them strings. then we're going to get pulled down along with them. And that's not what you want. That's not what we want. So thus the title again, what is life's purpose? What is the purpose of this time that we're living in? What is the purpose of this life? What is the purpose of devil? What is the purpose of pain? What is the purpose of death? What is the purpose? What is the purpose? So that's what we want to talk about. We want to at least knock around some ideas about, because, you know, life is relatively short. Individual lifespans is relatively short compared to how long the universe and creation been in existence. So we're supposed to, apparently we're supposed to learn something and hurry up and master and become something while we live. What do you think that is? What do you think the purpose of our life or your life, you know, in each individual lifespan or human being's lifespan, what is the purpose for it? Is it to party? Is it to chase pleasure? Is it to try to get famous, get money? What do you think the purpose is? Yusuf, salute. Yusuf, Arline, salute. Alaikum salam. Purpose, especially at the end, you know, in the final battle of good over evil that goes on in our own self, in our own minds, our own conscience. We getting older, days is going by, and all the stuff that we thought, the fairy tale dreams that got sold to us ain't coming true, ain't happening. So do we sell out? Do we stay steadfast and stay down, stay righteous, stand on our square, and just ride it out and endure and have faith that your being right and being true is gonna pay off? Or are you gonna look around and say, well, I've seen some righteous people that, you know, it didn't pay off for them, so why I think it's gonna pay off for me? So I may as well go for mine. You know, what is our faith? What is our understanding? Because that's where we at now. It's gonna get even worse. It's gonna get even worse. Because now we coming into the season of wars and rumors of wars and the real famine and pestilence, all the stuff that, you know, the books be talking about. It just sound good. It sounds like something that, you know, old people say in church. But now once you start actually living it and seeing it, then some questions need to be answered. Now we got some dissatisfactions and we got some problems, some issues that we need answers and solutions for. Where are we gonna go? Who gonna give us the solutions or the answers? Is it gonna be some new age metaphysical yoga, Hindu, you know what I'm saying, guru? Like, what is it? Is it gonna be the Muslims? Is it gonna be the Christians? Is it gonna be the Jews? Like, who really got the answer? Who really got the solution? Especially for us, our unique problem. If you black descendants of slaves, or you black indigenous, you know, descendants of Native Indigenous, Native Americans, who got the answers to our problems? You know what I'm saying? There's answers to every problem. There's solutions to every problem, answers to every question. But are we willing to hear them? Have they been given to us and we just been rejecting them and ignoring them? So after all else fails, you know, you're gonna have to try something that you ain't ever tried before. Times I'm like the dartboard. Sometimes yet they still missing the bullseye. Clifton Harris, we can't give up. Yeah, we can. I mean, we have. I mean, we shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? We should. I know what you mean. But a lot of us is holding on to what we supposed to be giving up on. We're not giving up on the delusion. We're not giving up on the false God, the false fairy tales, the false ideas, the false concepts. We are supposed to give that up. We are supposed to give that up. So everybody love to say that saying, you know, you keep on doing the same thing over and over, getting the same result, but expecting a different result. They call that insanity. So do we supposed to call that faith? You're supposed to keep on holding on and doing the same thing, and is that insanity or faith? How do we know what we're supposed to hold on to and what we're supposed to give up? That's what I mean by purpose. Purpose can't be really seen clearly if we don't have divine guidance. We don't have knowledge, the knowledge and guidance about what really is and what really ain't. Faith in what? Most of us do got faith. We got faith in the devil. We got faith in the false god. We got faith in misinformation. That's why we in the condition that we in. Stuff that we supposed to give up, but we not giving up. Like slave master politics, like let my people go, give up them people, give up this institution, give up this idea of integrating, and we ain't giving that up. That's what we supposed to be giving up. So, that's what I mean. King Z, we as a people have to figure out how to unite. No, it's already been figured out. Like, it's not, we don't have to figure nothing out. The example been in our midst since 1930, called the Nation of Islam. You have to figure nothing out. You have to reinvent how to unite, reinvent the wheel. It's there. It's already here. So we got to find some kind of common ground and make it happen. No, it's just like saying we got to figure out how to make an ark. No, the ark is already made. Noah made it already. You ain't got to figure out nothing, but do you choose to get on it or not? Do you believe it's going to start raining? So ain't nothing to figure out. If you can't see it by now, then it ain't going to be seen, apparently. Earl Times, the Most High is really bringing the people into the truth. I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean bringing them? The people got to bring themselves. The people got, free will and a brain, independent choice, thought, right? So is the Most High bringing them, or are they bringing themselves to the Most High? That's the question. King Z, I'm putting together a mixtape. Although I'm not a rapper, but I'm respected where I'm from. I joined the nation and been introducing it to the community in a way I feel is relatable. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you are the book. You are the nation. You are the mosque. The mosque building or whatever. That's just a building. The real mosque is you. The real temple is you. And how attractive you make the information or the knowledge of ourselves. How you applying it to yourself is the first commercial. That's the first billboard. The person gonna look at you like, man, I like the way you look. I like your style. Something about you, man. Or Lou, your skin is so this and that. Or you in shape? How old are you? We're the first commercial. We the one that's gonna determine, make the people decide whether they want to look further into what we into. Because if we represent it terribly, then that ain't that ain't attractive. We got to be attractive. So we are the fishers of men and women. We're not going into the. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying over there. Big Rule, alaikum salam, Ramadan Kareem. Day 9, Ramadan Kareem. Day 9, fasting, praying, reading, studying, detoxing, purifying, destroying, building. Jabril Ahmad, wa alaikum salam, Ramadan Mubarak, Ramadan Kareem. Yeah, we just talking about life's purpose and a lot of the trials of life and the warfare that we have entered. This apex, this coming into the apex of the actual war of Armageddon that been started, but now is getting more and more intense. The war of Armageddon, which starts with us first, the holy war, going to war against the devil, the Satan, the wickedness of ourselves. I ain't worried about the outside, Satan's and devil. It's about the inside, the internal weaknesses and addictions and excuses and ignorances and poor choices. Even when we know better, we still choose to do something else, worse than what we know. There are times they choose free will. He allows, but the decision is up to each individual. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Well, of course but most of our people are still ignorant and ignoring the call. I'm saying we have at them in a way that they will. I guess you're saying we have to get at them, or I'm not sure how much we doing in how much we reading the Quran and understanding what the Quran say. If you're a Muslim and you're trying to do that, if no matter if somebody, you could send them every sign, you can give them every message, every warning, give them every history. If they familiar with it and they reject it, then that's that. It ain't about putting it in a way is attractive. If they reject it, then they reject it. You know what I'm saying? My job ain't to tailor make nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's already been tailor made how we supposed to deliver it to them. So somebody like me with a t-shirt on, stuttering and rapping and whatever, and in front of the TV screen where you ain't got to go to the mosque and get searched and all that, that's just the last mercy. This is just a final mercy. Because if anybody has already heard about the teachings, they done heard about Malcolm X, they done heard about Muhammad Ali, heard about Farrakhan, heard about Khalid Muhammad, of course, heard about the father, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and you heard enough to where you remember some gossip or some slander about it. You know enough about it that you develop the excuse about why you ain't with it. Then that's all you needed to know. You just chose to reject it. So now it's punishment time. It's wrath of God time. This grace time for that is over. We had grace time to choose whether we was going, look into that, and we chose to study it for reasons that we can not choose it, that we can reject it. So we had enough time to study it. So it is what it is. It is what it is, and time is up. So it ain't about waiting no more. I'm just waiting for the judgment. Now, I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm not stopping, warning and giving good news and warning and delivering the messages. But you know what I'm saying? I can't control what nobody gonna do with the message. I'm making sure that I got a ticket for the ark. I got to make sure that me and the people that I'm responsible for is going to be able to get on the ark. Clifton Harris, I wish I knew my purpose. Your purpose is to be God. Your purpose is to grow back into God. Grow back into a God while you live. That's life's purpose. That's the purpose of human beings. Whatever your personal gift, your personal specific gift in that process is, that's something else. Whatever your passion is, that's something you know what you like to do. You know what you got a passion for, and that's what you're supposed to do in the path of growing into becoming, returning, being God, being a God. So, but our purpose is to be God in the flesh while we live. Say weather is weathering. Ahmad Jabril, are you familiar with Zim water, the well of Zim during the pilgrimage? Yeah, I'm familiar with that a little bit. And a lot of the, the rituals and the traditions and the stuff of Hajj and pilgrimage, like I posted up yesterday. Let me see if I still got this on here. Yeah, just the video of what this really represent. I mean, the reality of what this video really represent. So All of those rituals, represent something. There's no magic. There's no God living in that black house right there. That's 500. That's 500,000 people. This is the most in recorded history, as far as I know, of people that showed up for Umrah, the pilgrimage, 3 days ago. So the well of Zim is symbolic also. That's symbolic. All of this is symbolic. All of this is signs about something else. The black house Kaaba is a sign of a real house, the real ancient black house that is the root of all civilization, and that's the root that all of humanity is supposed to revolve around. The Mara, the Safa and the Mara, the hills that Hagar was running between, all of that's symbolic. The stone, the white stone that you stone, and you Shaitan, that represents Shaitan, and the other stone that you kiss, all that's symbolic. But who is it symbolizing? What is it a symbol for, or a symbol of? Yeah, so yeah, what happened? Okay, let me try to get. So yeah. So we know that water represents revelation. Water represents revelation, wisdom, divine wisdom and revelation, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. So the well of Zim was an endless divine well, a fountain of knowledge and wisdom and revelation that was never revealed. Nobody else has access to it but the servants of Allah, the believers of Allah. But yeah, we can get on. Like I said, I'm not trying to get into religion. I am trying to get into what life's purpose is and what we really are, which is God's. Our purpose is to recognize and realize and wake back up to the knowledge that we are God's. We are Allah. We are not the originator individual Allah, but we are his reproductions. And our purpose is to grow back into being Allah or Allah self instead of being dead, mentally dead. That's why the book, the Quran and the Bible talk about the resurrection of the dead. The resurrection of the dead. That do not mean physical bodies getting up out of the dirt, out of a cemetery or a graveyard. That is not what the resurrection of the dead means. Resurrection of the dead means mental resurrection. Not even spiritual resurrection, because we don't even know what spirit even is. Spirit just means emotions, the emotional motives or emotional response product, emotional product. That's not spirit. I mean, that's not what we are. We produce spirit, but resurrection means us, our minds, our actual identity, the soul. That part of us that's supposed to grow and into the powers of God in the flesh. That's the soul. The soul is something different than the mind. The soul is something different than spirit. Soul is something all the way different. And that's what we got to learn. Those unseen parts, those unseen ingredients of us and what they really are and what they do and how to access them and how to combine them to activate or control matter and creation and whatnot. Ruben say, quote, the best way to deliver a subject like this is you have to think about calling a people to repentance who are unconscious of their sins. Have to think about calling a people to repentance who are unconscious of their sins. So are we unconscious? Like depending on who we're I'm not sure what year that the minister said that. And time is the master of us. So time dictates the agenda. So a year ago was not the end of grace. Like, you know what I'm saying? 20 years definitely wasn't the end of grace. 30 years wasn't the end of grace. So it's a lot of stuff that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad or the lessons or Minister Farrakhan been teaching for decades, that, and some things that he even told me personally, brother, give them time. Give them time. And that's also, you know, in line with the title of the newspaper, Final Call. Okay, when is the final call over? Give them how much time? When is the time over? You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at right now. This is something that we never experienced. Time was never up before. The final call had never stopped. The trumpet has never stopped before. You know what I'm saying? So now we in new water. We in new territory. We in a time that we never been in and the world never been in. So we all have to be able to adjust and adapt to the time and the handwriting on the wall. And are we doing what the time says we're supposed to be doing now? Right? We still think it's playtime. We still think it's party time. We still think it's grace time because that's all we've been familiar with most of our life. Our whole life been spent under grace. Under final call is still being called, you know, you're still blowing the trumpet. We don't know what it's like when the final call stop or grace is over with. And that's what we're about to see right now. So who's qualified to determine it's time to stop talking? Like Minister Farrakhan says, the Father stopped his mouth, you know, be quiet. It's time for the second trumpet. It's time for the other trumpet, which is destruction, which is deletion. I'm not qualified to blow that trumpet, but if I see that that's what time it is and that trumpet is being blown, whether I'm ready for it or not, or whether I like it or not, I got to adjust and adapt and get on tune, getting up to step with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how I feel about it. Moses or Noah, he felt whatever kind of way he felt when his son was getting drowned. You know what I'm saying? Do we know what time it is? So that's what, you know, it's a terrible time. It's a great and it's a dreadful, most dreadful time ever, most greatest time ever. Depending on what side we on. Earl Times, some people want others to crash out. That's not the Most High. He says that you must be like babies coming into the message. I don't know. I don't know what crash. I don't know. Salute Wally 100. Salute. Same day parlay. Salute Kevin Jenkins. Peace to you. Earl Times. Once we leave the flesh, we just exit out our temporary temple. I suggest, I would greatly suggest and encourage you and warn you, brother Earl, to not even entertain whatever you think is supposed to happen after you leave the flesh. I would urge you and advise you and warn you to only worry about mastering being in the flesh, mastering doing what absolutely must be done in the flesh. I wouldn't do that if I was none of y'all, not just Earl. Like spending energy and mind energy or whatever of you know, trying to prepare for being out of the flesh. That's an epic waste of life and waste of energy and waste of purpose. Your purpose is to master where you are. Master where you are. When we was a sperm, we didn't have no knowledge of an egg or a vaginal tract or as a such thing as being a person. No, we mastered being a sperm. When we was in the womb, we mastered being in the womb. Master where you are. And if there's anything after that, then you automatically would qualify for it. But trying to teach on it and science it up and all of that, that's an epic waste of the here and now. That's a waste of what you're supposed to be focusing on right now. Jabril, I've seen a water brand in the halal store. It said Zim water. I wasn't sure if it was from over there or it's just the name. Hey, man, ain't no telling. I don't believe it was from over there. I don't believe that. Everything is crazy today. In early times, our soul returns to Allah. How do you know our soul is not Allah? You say our soul returns. Where is Allah? Is Allah somewhere else? If you saying the word Allah, according to the Quran, Allah says he's closer to you than your own life vein. So if Allah is closer to you than your own jugular vein, where is he? Where would that be? What's closer to you than your own life vein for our souls to return to Allah? Why ain't our souls Allah itself? That's something to think about, right? King Z, yes, sir. We are in a time of all secrecy being revealed, all knowledge to consume. Our people are conditioned to be comfortable with their situation. Plus, it's a lot of cowardice as well. Yes, a lot of cowardice, laziness, trauma, poison, lies, deception, seduction, being seduced, and appealing to our impatience, appealing to our appetite. Instant, I just want it right now. Give me mine right now. I shouldn't have to suffer. I shouldn't have to this. I deserve this. I deserve that. So all kind of childish characteristics and attributes is being rewarded, is being encouraged and rewarded. That is the Satan deception. They reward your childishness. They reward the immaturity. They reward not developing your God attributes, not mastering no righteous eternal attributes. They reward weakness. I'm scrolling. Earl times, all is under the Creator, the Most High. He made it for His pleasure with His rules. Yeah. The above quote was given to student minister Ishmael as preparation for this year's Savior's Day message. Let me scroll back. The best way to deliver a subject like this, which is repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand, for the wrath of God is at hand. The best way to deliver a subject like this, the wrath of God is at hand, is you have to think about calling the people to repentance who are unconscious of their sins. Who would that be talking about? Were we talking about Trump and white America who never heard Master Fard Muhammad, who not familiar with what we've been given first? Like the Quran say, why do you preach to a people who Allah is wrathful at and who he would destroy? And then the answer is, to basically to get the blood off your hands, to deliver your soul, and that perhaps they may heed the message, perhaps, even though they doom is already pronounced. They already, it's already in motion. Why would you give them these final messages? Call them to repentance. Are they unconscious of their sins? Are we unconscious of our sins? All right. Which people is unconscious of our sins? That's, do we not know right from wrong? I mean, that's just something to think about. That's something to think about. Because ready or not, whenever God, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did the whole world listen to student minister Ishmael? Are we waiting for the whole world to hear student minister Ishmael's message, or is it going down whether they heard it or not? How many people are we supposed to wait to, it's just something to think about. Something to think about. Scrolling. Oh, dang. Okay, Solo, salute. Earl Times, who is a lie to you? Man, you've been on here long time. I didn't seen you on here a long time, Earl. Many days. I don't believe you don't know the answer to that question. Because you misconception is not God, it's not on God's level. One day you and I have to take our last breath. Well, it's Ramadan, and I'm not necessarily trying to, to be disagreeable, but I invite you to get on and discuss this with me since it's Sunday, and you saying the Most High, so I'm guessing that maybe you Hebrew Christian or Hebrew, and respectfully you saying Allah, but I'm from what I've been seeing, I don't think you're a Muslim. You don't call yourself a Muslim, right? So there's the StreamYard link, Earl Times. You know what I'm saying? If you don't mind, let's have a respectful, loving dialogue regarding this comment. Who is allowed to you because you misconception is not on God's level, and one day you and I have to take our last breath. Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm gonna leave that up there for a while. Farrakhan will leave the flesh. Where will go? Where will go? I guess where will he go if he didn't tell you that he couldn't be going? Earl, I'm gonna have to. You're typing, and I know you're probably typing fast to try to get your point out, and that's why I don't even try to. I just said earlier on the live that I was not really going to try to address too many of the comments, especially if they was kind of disagreement comments during Ramadan. But I think that we can disagree respectfully and with love or whatever. If you don't get passionate, if you don't get emotional, then I won't. It won't go into some negative energy. But you say Farrakhan will leave the flesh. Where will he go? If he didn't tell you that, he couldn't be going to hell after the show. Too much misleading going on, and I respect. So I don't, you're gonna have to get on the live with me, Earl. I can't allow no more typing. Can't allow no more typing. No, it's not. It's not emotions. It's not emotions. I'm just saying. I can't respect. I can't even understand you. I don't even understand you is what I'm saying. I don't understand your comments. I don't understand your position. I understand that you disagreeing with what God is, or you disagreeing with our interpretation or our understanding of what God is and what heaven and hell and life and all that is. So I would just say type instead of typing. You can get on the live with me. You don't have to come back after Ramadan. You might not be alive. Me or you might not be here after Ramadan. So that's, we got to be realistic, and we got to be humble and not arrogant enough to think that I'm going to be here tomorrow or you're going to be here after Ramadan. So since we're talking about it right now, since you're typing about it, let's talk about it. I don't know what's going to happen after Ramadan. I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow or you. So I don't know. I'm just trying to, have dialogue and conversation. I don't want just to be a one-way street. I don't want y'all to just be bored and listening to me. He think he know it all, because there's only so much of me listening to me you can take. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, man, I'm tired of hearing dude. He think he know everything. No, I'm just trying to spark a dialogue, a conversation. I don't know everything. I don't know too much of nothing. I know a few things, but I just know them well. I know just a few things, but I know them pretty well, compared to the population. Compared to the Father or to the Most High, Now I'm still flatline. I'm still dead, mentally dead. I'm still asleep. But I think these are subjects though that we need to talk about. This is therapeutic. I think it's therapeutic. I think for us tackling difficult subjects like the purpose of life and God and heaven and hell and death, and I think those are subjects that's therapeutic, that helps us face reality and digest reality instead of being so petrified and scared and confused and believing in any story that you heard and your grandmama told you this and she loved you, and you thought she must be telling the truth because she your grandmama or she your mama. So you holding on to sentimental lies or sentimental false ideas and concepts because they attach to real love, but the love is tainted with lies and misinformation that you don't know how to separate. That's why I get on here. It don't mean that you violating Jesus or you going against Jesus or you going against your grandmama or your mama or the pastor or whatever. It's just adult conversation, just mature conversations, critical thinking. You're supposed to ask questions. You're supposed to question God. You're supposed to question God. So if anybody that's a Christian and it's, like I say, Campaign Live, Sunday night school, if your pastor or your Bible or whatever tell you that you're not supposed to question God, then you are utterly poisoned. You have been utterly poisoned and deceived and handicapped, because that's absolutely false. You absolutely are supposed to question God as much as possible. You're not supposed to doubt the God or you question them in the wrong spirit, like you judging God, like you condemning God, or you accusing God with your question. How else can you know anything if you don't ask questions? How else can any teacher teach you anything if you can't ask them questions? You can't question them. That makes absolutely no sense. So I'm asking y'all questions about, do you even question your purpose? Do you even question God? Or did somebody tell you a ghost story, God going to eternally damnation your soul if you question? You ain't supposed to question God. Like, what God is that? What kind of God don't want you to question it? That's awful. I don't want no God like that. I don't want no God that don't want me question them. Then that means you don't want me to have no knowledge. If you don't want me having knowledge, especially the best knowledge, the greatest knowledge, which is the knowledge of you, then that sounds like Satan to me. That sounds like a slave master. Somebody want to keep me a slave, keep me ignorant, keep me, confused, keep me powerless, because knowledge is power and the knowledge of God is the greatest power. And you don't want me to have that knowledge? Oh no, that's Satan. You must be Satan. So we encourage questioning God. We encourage questioning everything about God, questioning anybody that claims to know God, anybody that claims to represent God, to be with God. We're going to question you the hardest. We're going to have the most deepest, hardest questions for you. And I want you to have the same hardest, deepest questions for me. I challenge you. I want you, not in a beef way, whatever it takes to get you to ask me the questions about God that you always wanted to ask. That's what I'm here for, because we got answers. You don't have to agree or believe the answers, but you're going to get some answers. The answers is going to be so real and so provable and so down to earth that they're going to scare you, because they're going to be too real and they're going to make you have to be accountable for hearing them. That's why we don't want to ask the question, because you don't want to get the real accountability answer, because you're going to be accountable after that. Yeah. Let me get you on out of here, because I already see you on some flooring filth. Earl, Big Earl.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh
Salute.
man, I'm good. Peace to you. Man, I'm
Peace to
glad you
you.
I'm glad you hopped on the live. So I'm all
Assalamu
ears,
alaikum.
man. Walaikum
Yes, sir.
salam, peace to you. Hotep,
Peace to you,
shalom,
brother.
all that.
Peace to you, brother. And I just want to mention, I don't really get on nobody's live. Like, I'm 48 years old, so I ain't used to YouTube. I watch it, and I've been
Right,
following for over 10 years. But I'm not like no. I'm not on no platform to try to boast or brag or get nobody's validation. But what I'm saying is, what I was speaking about in the chat, it wasn't nothing against you. It was basically elaborating on what you were saying. So I wasn't going against what you were saying. I'm all for that. Salute to that. That's what I mean by that. Real talk. But when
right,
people get things misinterpreted, what I'm saying is when the Most High Allah is speaking about through the messages, and nothing against salute to all praises to the Most High
right,
and the brothers Master Farad and Louis Farrakhan, the minister. But
right.
I'm not even a Christian or a Muslim. I was raised in the Catholic Church, and I became a Christian later. And then I realized later after that, I got a brother that's about to come home, did 28 years over some silly stuff, young back in the 90s, you
Right.
know, and thanks to the Most High because he's coming home for a reason. And we 40s, he's 50 something. I'm 48. I'm the baby brother. But my
Right.
point is, while all these people are going through the situations and stipulations of going on through the things in life and the roads to the path to the Most High, a lot of people misinterpret what it really means about what's going on. The things that we're facing, people like us, we didn't have to worry about that so-called quote woke, unwoke, or whatever. We've been knowing this, and that's what I would say. I was never against none of your talking points because I've been sharing your platform for a while now. I was the one that was talking about. I was in the midst of a tornado and wasn't touched. But what I'm
Right.
saying is, I'm
Right.
not saying it's a miracle. I'm saying that the faith in Allah and the faith of the truth, when you're facing that adversity, we got to always stay strong to that. And never allow these devices to discourage us or knock us off the path of the truth. That's all I've meant about it. I ain't never been against you, Brother Ken.
Oh yeah, no,
I
no,
remember you in
yeah,
IQ days in the NWA. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, where Muhammad Ali lived. Sorry,
right,
I don't mean to talk over you, but we was catching on that vibe back in the '90s. I was in
right,
high school. Yeah, so I know you. I know about. I don't know you personally,
right.
but I know about a heart of a man, a real solid man of God, and the truth. That's all I was speaking about. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you. I got you. Where
I'm
would
a
you say?
student. I'm a student. I'm a student and a teacher, but
Yeah,
I'm a
I'm a
student. But I
student.
spread the
Yeah,
message.
I'm a student first. I'm a student first. Where would you say the Most High is? Where is the Most High?
Everywhere. But he is on his throne. While we part of that throne. We're the tree of life.
Can we be everywhere like he is?
No,
Why can he be everywhere and we can't?
we're a part of it, but he's above it. That's why it makes him the most high.
Well, let's slow down because I want to go step by step with you. You said
Mhm.
the Most High. I asked you where is he, and you say he's everywhere, right?
Yes, sir.
And then I said, can we be like him and be everywhere? And you said no.
I ain't say we ain't like him. We
No,
are
no,
in the
listen,
likeness
listen,
of
listen.
him.
Slow down, calm down. I'm
Oh,
just
my
saying,
fault.
can we be everywhere like he is?
Yes, possibly.
Well, earlier you said no. So
No, I
is
mean, yeah, no, I wasn't retracting on what I said. I meant that, but what I'm saying is, we're a branch, we're an olive tree of Him. We're a part of that tree. We
well,
can't be everywhere because if we was, then me and you wouldn't even be in existence without Him.
you keep saying him. What is the definition of he and
The
him?
Creator, the Most
No,
High.
listen to me. Slow down. We're gonna take this. We're gonna take our time.
All right.
The definition of the pronoun he and him means what?
Certain self.
No. What is the difference between he and a her?
Oh, I get what you're saying there. Well, that could be a couple of different reasons, because he had to split Adam. Because you remember,
I'm just saying. Listen. We're not talking about atoms. We're talking about the definition of the word. Let's not go into space. Let's just go to the word. The definition of the word he. The definition of the word he and the definition of the word him means what?
One.
It means one.
You said this definition because there was one, and then he was the creator, and then he made
listen.
him and her.
Listen to me. Can you listen to me?
I'm listening.
What does it mean to be a he?
Okay, I'm not understanding.
You don't know what the word he means? He or him? What does it mean to be a him or a he? What does that mean you are?
I am. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to let you.
All right, but that's what I'm saying. I'm a student. You have to teach me that. Reason why I got on here.
You got any
reason
children?
why I got on here. Listen. Reason why I got on here, brother Cam. I wasn't a conversation.
No. So yeah, I'm not trying to be. Yeah, I had to mute you because you keep talking. So I need you to listen. If you're a student, then you're supposed to listen. You say you. My bad. You say you. How old do you say you are, Earl? Oh, my bad. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I don't know what happened to the mic. Unmute your mic. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's meant. I'm trying to unmute it and it ain't unmuting. So I'm going to bring you back. Because I don't know what just happened. I'm trying to let y'all see what I was trying to get at. But it's just sparking conversation thought for y'all also, because I'm trying to get to the point where we looking at the purpose of life, because what is the purpose of life, and who is the author of life, and what is our goal? What is the purpose or the goal? We're supposed to acknowledge our origin or our originator or our creator. So if we came from a creator, are we destined to return? Is the purpose for us to return to the creator that we came from? If so, who is the creator? What is the creator? Where is the creator? That's my point, because that's going to give us our purpose. Is the creator something other than what we are? Is the creator somewhere other than where we are? Is the creator someone other than who we are? So I think that's the most important questions that we can possibly ask ourselves, and the most important information we can possibly teach our children and teach other people. Who is our origin? Who is our creator? Because that's going to give you your purpose right there. Who is your creator? What is your creator? Where is your creator? That's going to give you your purpose. If we think of the creator as something other than what we are, then that's already disconnecting you from all kind of power and inspiration and motivation. Like, why would I be motivated to do anything if this is just trash? This is just the flesh is weak, and God is something different than what I am, and we can never live up to him, and we can never understand him. Like, what? Yeah, that's why everybody's staying drunk and high and partying and thoughting and all that, because you believe in that. If you believe that you are God and your purpose and your function is to grow and to be able to do what God do, then you're not going to waste your time with all of this weakness and foolishness. Ahmad Jabril, our body is a vessel. We might have to read the manual handbook just to make sure it's running properly, even though we can operate without the handbook. Our body is a vessel, yes. But God is in the vessel, right? The knowledge of what the vessel is made out of, that's the question. We know who made the vessel, but what is the vessel made out of? Is the vessel made out of God? Right? That's what we want to get into, the knowledge, the reverse engineer, back engineer, break everything down and identify it, classify it, or compartmentalize it or categorize it. Salute Demetrius, Chi-Town tapping in. Salute Honor Roll. Salute. Right. Who, what, where, why, how, when. Right. Who is a question about identity. Who is God? Then you can ask, what is God? Where is God? Why is God? When is God? How is God? But who is God has to do with the identity. That's what we want to know. Who is God? Who is he? Is it a he? Is it a she? Is it both? Is it a it? Is it a something else? Who means a being. Right. But yeah, that's the getting directly to our purpose. Our purpose, the purpose of why we here. What are we supposed to be doing here? What are we supposed to grow into? Because we growing and we deteriorating, right? What was we supposed to grow into? What was we supposed to grow into? If it's not God, what was it? Bro, Madan Komet, man, peace to you, my brother.
Oh, salute, Cam, man. How you been?
Man, I've been blessed. Just getting to this Ramadan, day 9, March 9th, 9th day. What about yourself?
Oh man, I'm still feeling blessed, man. I won't complain, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna maintain. But
Man, that's
I
right.
think I think you definitely got an interesting topic going on though, for sure.
And yeah, it's just hopefully sparking people to think about the ultimate reality, you know what I'm saying, behind our existence, why we here, what our purpose is, what our goal, what our aim, how to get the most out of this thing called life. And what's the difference between the God that produced this and us, if there is a difference. So I just like asking them type of questions and seeing what people's what their answers are.
Yeah,
What
no, that's real.
about you? What's your thoughts on any one of them questions?
Well, me personally, man, I think that's the I think that's the problem a lot of us as black people coming up in America deal with. Like, who is that mystery God? Who is that God that we always looking outside ourselves for? I still with that myself, but from hanging around with you and listening more and studying, I'm shaking a lot of that off me. But I think a lot of our people still deal with, like, who is that mystery God? Where is that mystery God?
Right. And the origin of that came from the fact that the very first one of us, and I say us, so the originator was the first of us. That was the original us. That was the original self. That wasn't some separate entity, separate being, separate character. That was the first one of us. That was the original us. And the fact that his individual body is now deceased, but before he allowed it to be deceased or to dissolve into feeding the new bodies, he transferred his data, his aim, will, purpose, function, mind, identity to the reproductions of himself. Meaning, if anybody study just cells and cell lifespans of cells and cell division and all that, and data, and how cells transfer data to the new cells before they pass away, before they get shed, you know what I'm saying? Or you exfoliate your skin cells into the bathtub or the shower or whatever, but before them cells, you know, get that old and die, they have already transferred all the data that they acquired, all the experience, all the information that they have acquired during their lifespan. They transferred it to a new generation of cells before they let themselves go. Let their body or those cells go. They get out of the way. They collect information and data and experience and then transfer them to new cells, and then they get out the way and let the new versions of themselves start from where the old ones left off at. And that's all we are. We are the ever renewing cells of the originator. We are the ever renewing gods of the first God. So I'll be trying to figure out what words in our regular language to get that across to us, to let us know that God ain't some separate, thing that's something different than us. You have been lied to. You have been deceived. The only mystery God is your ignorance about you being a God. The mystery is that your physical eyeballs cannot see your mind or your soul or those unseen parts of you that are non-local, that can travel and exist everywhere or be omnipotent or omnipresent at the same time. Your physical body is a limited, measurable vessel, like the brother said, but what it transmits and receives is what you calling the mystery. You're the mystery. You know what I'm saying? I can't see the real Madan. I can't see your mind. I can't see your soul. You know what I'm saying? I can't determine how broad or the diameter of your thinking. You know what I'm saying? I can't see your speed of thought. So that part of you is what they consider mystery. You know what I'm saying? Because it is mysterious, meaning it's limitless. It's always going to be able to bring forth new creations and do new things. There's no limit to it. But the concept of mystery that they was talking about, like, who was it? You know what I'm saying? It was you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know it was you.
Yeah, that's real, because I was listening to the brother that was on before me, and you asked him, where is God? And he was like, he's everywhere. It's like, that's what we've been taught for so long. It's like, you look around the corner, God right there. You're in the bushes. So it's like, but as you, to me, you get wiser, you understand, like, that's, kind of a little spooky.
Right. And spooky just means ignorant. Ignorant, if we don't have the knowledge of something, we're going to use our imagination. Spooky is imagination. Right? So in one sense, imagination is a good thing, because that's the creative force. That's the power of a God to imagine or conceptualize something that don't exist, and then go about bringing it into existence because I imagined it. But in another sense, that's the paralysis, or that's the handicap, or that's the poison, because somebody deceived you into believing something is real and it ain't real, and you steady trying to worship it and believe in it and follow it like it is real, and you winding up killing your power.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's so real, man, because I'm down here in the Bible Belt, and that mystery God is still heavy down here, man. A lot of people, it's still calling that, that pie in the sky and the sweet by and by, and
Man.
it's like, you know.
And have where you at? Are they familiar with Malcolm X or Elijah Muhammad or the Nation of Islam or Muhammad Ali? They familiar with those names, right?
Yeah, some people are. Yeah, some of the like my generation, we're more familiar with Malcolm and some familiar with Farrakhan and Muhammad Ali, most definitely. But as far as like the teachings, I don't see a lot of that or hear a lot of people speak on it. And I speak to certain people, it's like I'm speaking in French or something. It's not, they ain't comprehending. So it's not.
You said they ain't trying to hear you.
Well, no, they ain't comprehending. It's like they're hearing me, but it's like,
you said they're not comprehended. So do you think they comprehend the spook concepts?
Yeah, they love the spook concept. It's
no, that's not what I asked. I said, do they comprehend it? They believe in it, but they don't comprehend it.
Oh, not at all. No, they don't comprehend it at all because you ask them certain question, they get get stumbling on their word, and they be like, well, they get into the
right. So if they don't comprehend what they even claim to believe in, why should they matter whether they comprehend the NOI teaching? They don't comprehend neither one. It's just what they choose to believe in, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's real.
So that's why I asked, have they ever heard of Elijah Muhammad or his teachings or Malcolm X's teachings or Farrakhan's teachings or Muhammad Ali teachings? Or because it's going to come down to what you choose to believe in. I heard of that, but I don't believe in that. I believe Jesus is my Lord and say, okay, well, that's okay. That's why grace is over with, because you just chose what you chose.
Yeah, that's real. Because some of the people that I do run across, when you speak on Malcolm and stuff, they still look at it as radical. That's that radical Black Muslim stuff, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? They still look at it. Some of them still look at it like that.
I mean, but so what's more radical than what the Christian white people did to us for the last 400 years?
Right.
So why would radical be an excuse to not listen to something?
Well, to me, it goes to show that, whatever narrative the slave master painted, a lot of our people just took it hook, line, and sinker,
Yeah, so it was like Kanye said, it was a choice, right?
Right.
At a certain point, it's a choice.
That's true. That's so true.
And that's why the majority of the people with Noah's Ark, got drowned, because they chose to not believe. They chose to reject the message, right?
Right. That's a fact.
So how then should you be sorry for a disbelieving people, for a people that chooses to disbelieve? They choose to reject. How could and they passionate and emotional about rejecting it? So okay, well, how should I feel any kind of way about you then?
Yeah, you're right. Because when you don't accept their God or the way they believe, they look at you a certain type of way as you a heathen, or you going to hell. So
they're gonna call you everything.
Right.
And then they're gonna quote the book, and then you can hit them with, okay, well, the Bible said my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And it didn't say that. The rest of that verse, it didn't say that God withheld knowledge from them. It says, because they rejected knowledge, I will reject your children. I will reject your children and let you destroy yourself, let you be destroyed. Because you rejected me. You rejected the God and his law and his knowledge. So I'm supposed to feel sorry for you once I know you heard the teachings and you chose to reject it? And you want to fight with me and argue with me? No, I ain't got no passion or emotion for you. I just want to know, did you hear it? If you didn't hear it, then I got all kind of patience and time, and you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do my best to to lay it all out for you and make it sound. But if you heard it before and you just been spending these years rejecting it and avoiding it, no, I ain't got to sell you nothing. I'm just getting your blood off my hands. I'm not here to sell you nothing. I'm not here to make you believe nothing.
Hey, that's real, man. I feel you. And I think a lot of our people, they like the spook God because, you know, there's no well, there are consequences, I guess, but at the same time, you know, they still could just, I guess they feel like, well, I just make it up on Sunday when I go to church, so to speak, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to obey no discipline. You don't have to have no demands or no disciplines put on you by a living person. Right? All you got to do is be there for that collection plate, and then you can do whatever you want to do. And they're going to say, Jesus said you forgiven. All you got to do, was you baptized? You believe in Jesus? Yeah, well, you forgiven. Just you're not forgiven if you don't pay that 10% though.
Right.
You're a disbeliever, a heathen, you don't pay that 10%.
Yeah. And it'll put you out on Front Street about it. That's crazy, man. That's
yeah. KMS said the FBI and COINTELPRO encourage people to look other places or reject the NOI teachings. Absolutely. They reward you. They do it today. Everybody that you see on the Grammys or the Oscars or the BET Awards, Soul Train Awards, they got a cross around their neck. And they say, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for giving me this award for twerking and sticking my tongue out and rapping about my WAP. So they're gonna reward anything against, you know, other than NOI teachings. Anything against self-accountability and moral discipline and demands, you know what I'm saying? Law, civilized law and order. They're gonna reward lawlessness and immorality and self-degradation and disrespecting of each other and poisoning yourself and tattooing yourself and putting fake this and fake this on yourself. They're gonna reward that. That's how you get the bag.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man.
But yeah, that's absolutely correct. KMS, FBI, COINTELPRO, CIA, government, Catholic Church, certain synagogues, certain mosques and masjids. The devil hijacked all of them. Satan is running all of them. The world of Islam, the world of Christianity, the world of so-called Judaism, or so-called Jewishness. All of that's backed by the dragon.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Sunday school. You know what I'm saying? Ahmad Jabril say that bag got a hole in it, huh? But it's all for the bag. They say the Bible say the love of money is the root of all its evil. There's nothing wrong with money. Money ain't evil, but the love of it apparently is. If we love it more than we love people, we love it more than we love doing what's right and doing good to others and helping others, then we worshiping the bag as a god besides God.
So when it says money is the root of all evil,
it says the love of money.
Oh, the love of money. Okay, the love of money is the root of all evil. So that's kind of like saying, if you want to find some evil or if it's some evil that's existing, and is it? I guess I was trying to say the love of something or the love of that money is the root, was the cause of that evil. I don't know if I said that right.
Yeah, I don't necessarily believe that fully, that verse, you know, because money to me ain't the root of all evil. You know, that to me, that's a stepped on verse, a fabricated, you know. Power and control is more the root of all evil. Money is, you know, I wouldn't say that's the root of all evil. Evil can express itself in all kind of ways. You know, if your woman, you got a woman that cheat on you, or you got a man that cheat on you, you know what I'm saying? You ain't doing it for money. You know, money ain't the root of that. You know what I'm saying? Your sins and weaknesses ain't all rooted in money. So I don't believe that money is the root of all evil. No, I think that was some specific context that he was talking about, a specific context of evils that money is the root of. Because we can show all kind of evils that ain't got nothing to do with money.
Yeah, that's real. Cause that's how I was kind of thinking of it. I was thinking it was saying like, if there's some evil going on and there was some money behind it, it was because somebody was loving some money and they did some evil things for it, you know.
Man. Earl Times, you want to get back on here for a second? Because I know we got different understandings or different beliefs, but maybe you want to holler at Brother Madon, and y'all want to ask each other a few questions, because I'm seeing you still talking about Jesus was crucified and this and that, and you say only one person came back from death in history. That's an article of belief. Because I would love for you to show me that. I mean, you can go to the hospital every day. A lot of people coming back from the dead. It depends on come back from the dead after how long, after being dead for how long. You know, we can have that conversation if you want. King K holla. Now the love of the money is the root of evil. Yeah, that's what the Bible said. The love of money, but it says all evil, if I'm not mistaken, and that's not accurate. The love of money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of probably all of a certain type of evil that has to do with money.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wally, money is a tool. Yeah, money is a tool. Money is just a symbol. Really, money is really just a symbol. Money symbolizes goods or services or value or intellectual property, or you know what I'm saying, or property, period. Money is just a symbol of value. Money really has no value. The value is in the agreement that we agree that money is worth this, or money means this. So it's really the agreement of human beings. We don't want to give it value because we agree that it has value. If we just look at a piece of paper, like what is this piece of paper any different than this piece of paper? Like, is this piece of paper because it got a white man face on it and some numbers? Is it magic? Is this paper valuable and this paper ain't valuable? So it's just all a whole, deceptive agreement that people have foolishly agreed that this is going to be worth this. Say Wally 100, Maximilian, the Vampire Brooklyn came back, right? Right.
Oh yeah.
But what you saying, Ramadan?
Nah, when he brought that up, man, I thought back the other day where I was watching something and I seen them all down inside the little, I guess they call it the well area of that building, and they was down there singing "We Shall Overcome" or something, man. I was like, oh my God.
Who are you talking about? The politicians?
Yeah, to slip back
oh yeah.
Werewolf from Brooklyn, and you know what I'm saying. But
man, that's a hustle. Like I said, he wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't no money in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You would be in church. You would just be singing that in church, but you don't even sing that in church. The preacher don't even let you sing that in church if you ain't passing that plate.
Right. It should have been like what's the brother College said, instead of singing "We Shall Overcome," they should have been singing "We Shall Overrun." But
man,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. They just, it's just like I said, it's ignorance and slavery and weakness. Jabril said today money is paper. In the future, money might be gravel or trading currency. Well, gold and silver, all of that's metal. That comes out the dirt. That comes out the ground. So it's supposed to be something that we agree has value. Gold and silver, we knew it had value. Those is precious metals that had medicinal healing properties and purposes. You could build with it. It will never rust. It'll never decay. It transmits electricity. It transmits thought and spirit. Like, so we knew the real value of gold and silver, but paper money don't do that. And gravel don't do that. There's certain jewels and rubies and quartz crystals and all of that has value, diamonds and whatever. But we lost the knowledge of what the real value. We just think it's jewelry. We just think it sparkles. It looks bright and shiny. That's not the real value of that stuff. We mentally dead. We don't even know the value of that.
Yeah, that's real, man. I remember I had a cousin who was in the military, and he said when they was in the military, they used to tell them the easiest way to catch a monkey is to put something shiny out there, And I was like, yo, that's crazy work.
Yeah. Same with fish. That's why Jesus or Peter was called a fisher of men. That's how you catch fish. Just some a shiny lure, you know what I'm saying, and have it moving. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that on the episode of MacGyver. He did something like that. Man. I used to be
MacGyver. You got to be in your 40s or 50s. You talking about MacGyver?
Yeah, I'm 45, man. MacGyver, the dude to me. I remember he used the little paper, the little silver little thing in the gum wrapper.
Little gum wrapper. Yeah. Shouts out MacGyver. All my people from the MacGyver generation. Earl Times, man, hop on the live with me, man. I can't let you keep typing because you keep on typing, man. And that's kind of vandalism a little bit. I appreciate you hopping on the live, so maybe we can get on the live for a few minutes, or 5 or 10 more minutes. See how far we can get. But yeah, it's too much typing.
Yeah, that's. Oh my bad.
What'd you say, Madonna?
No, I was just gonna say I see Earl had put in the chat. He said you can't buy your way into heaven, and me, being a study of the book, when it says the kingdom of heaven is within you, I'm just trying to figure that out. Like, what are he saying?
Right. I mean, Big Earl Times, hop back on the live with me, bro. Or anybody else. Matter of fact, here's a StreamYard link. It ain't we're not arguing. We just knocking around ideas, asking questions. I would love for y'all to ask me some questions. Ask me some difficult existential questions about existence and life and purpose and God and heaven and hell and death and, all that. Any questions that you have, I would appreciate you ask me some very hard, difficult questions. I'm gonna try to keep you here in this life. I'm gonna try to keep you here, focus on mastering where you are here, because a lot of your questions is gonna be like, what happens to you after you die? And all I'm gonna do is say, master here, and whatever it is, you'll find out.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. I just wanted you to, instead of typing, because I can't read typing.
I get it. I know it'll bug me too. I'll be watching people's program and I see people typing up like, man, I would interact in chat, but when I say certain things, some people get offended, bro, because I'm just gonna speak from my mind and my heart. I'm not trained. I'm not into this industry, thing. I'm not talking about you. Just speaking in general, this industry thing of life. Where they try to put this Hollywood weird stuff. I'm not with none of that. But man, I always been a fan of you, bro. And like I said, everything I speak about, I really live. I got a brother, he about to come home soon. Over 28 years over a bank robbery. But check this out. Not only that, he's Muslim. And he said, I'm Muslim. Well, I was in agreement with that a long time ago. And I'm not against that. But the point is, I'm not calling myself a Christian. We was raised in Catholic. My mother died. My mother passed away like over 8-9 years ago. I ain't no different than anybody else that lost one. But my point is, well, people will be speaking of certain people, be speaking, outcasted God as if he's one this and one that. Guess what? I'm in agreement with anybody that believes in the truth of the Most High. You know, I ain't against that.
Yeah, and but you said you believe that the Most High is not a man.
No, I was asking you what you felt. You was asking me that. It was a rhetorical answer, I guess. I said that I believe the Most High, of course, is a man, but he's not visible like in flesh. In other words, we can't put the Most High on this level under us or on our level.
Why not?
You know, that's what I meant by that. Sorry, that was misinterpreted.
No, it's cool. Why do you think that we can't be on God's level if he says we are what he is? We are a part of him.
Why
can't we do exactly what he do and be exactly what he is?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what we're supposed to do. But a lot of people don't understand that everybody is not what's the word not able to present that. In other words, everybody is not going to represent that in a way. In effect, we got these women out here these days that don't even want to get married to
you kind of changing the subject though.
Okay, go back. Let me retract then. All right.
Yeah. So because we was talking about earlier that where is the Most High, and you said he was everywhere, and then I
mean, when I say everywhere, it doesn't mean that everybody, and because you got people that are in Egypt and Middle East and all that say a statue like my land.
No, listen, you're going everywhere again. I need you to listen.
No, well, let me explain why I said that. Because when I meant that he's everywhere, I didn't mean that he's everywhere like everything that we see, although he created everything, but he has to be in us particularly because everybody is not meant to be, everybody is not on that level is what I was trying to say about it, Everybody is not walking that path.
I
mean, me. You said me, right? Why is he not all of us?
No. If you calling God a he, then he means one individual male with penis and testicles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is God a he?
You asking me that? Are you saying that you standing firm that God is a he?
No, I'm asking you what he means to you. What does the word he mean to you?
Well, he means to me.
You keep calling the Most High a he. I know what he means.
No, I was responding back to what I thought you were saying that, well, of course God is a he. Because before...
So if God is a he, then how can a he that has a penis and testicles be everywhere?
When I said... I was responding to when you... had said that God is a he. I was saying that he's everywhere, meaning that he's touched everywhere in parts of the earth, the universe. Because
I don't understand. Like break it down. Slow down for me.
Meaning that he manifested through us. We wouldn't be human. We wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for his existence. Our existence wouldn't be here.
Where is he now? Where is do we have an individual? Do we have an individual?
He's above us, but through us. We are his creation.
Listen, calm down, slow down, and listen.
Okay. Oh, my fault. Sorry.
How can he be above us?
Because if he wasn't, we couldn't reach that mountain, the amount of being the Most High, because we are not ready for that yet. I'm just speaking knowledge-wise, metaphor.
What do you mean? What do you mean when you say above us? What do you mean he's above us? Where? How high is he?
He's also here because the transgressions that happen with the Shaitan that try to make himself to believe like he was God. When, in other words, like if you have listen, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you.
Listen to what I'm saying.
All right.
Where is his physical location as an individual? Where's his individual physical location?
He's not a physical.
He's not physical.
He's a soul that
He's not
created
physical.
soul. No, he's working through us. We're part of his.
Who told you he wasn't physical? Who told you he wasn't physical?
It ain't that's what I was trying to explain to you.
Who told you? Who told you that? Who taught you that?
Reading messages in the Bible.
The
Quran.
Bible. Okay, so just say the Bible.
Okay.
The Bible told you that.
Why does I told you that my brother is Muslim? Then why does the Bible?
I understand.
The Quran.
I understand.
No, but listen, I'm talking about me. My own study. I was just giving you a reference to why I connected.
Yeah, I don't know why you brought that up, but I'm talking to you.
What I'm saying is, I wasn't introduced to Muslim until back in 2000, early 2000.
Yeah, we're not talking about Muslim. I'm just saying who told you or who proved to you that God ain't a physical man.
Yeah. And I'm trying to explain that. I'm sorry. I do a lot of parables and connections to things. Not parables, but connections to things. So the reason why I'm saying that is because I've studied I'm not Catholic or Christian. Let's get that straight. I'm not atheist.
Listen to the question. Listen to my question. I'm
trying to lead up to that. If you give me a chance.
No, I can't give you a chance because you keep going everywhere. Who proved to you that God is not a man? Not where did you read it at?
Nobody proved to me that. And nobody proved me that it's not.
Right.
Personally, if you want to say personally, nobody's ever said that.
So that's just your belief.
Yes, sir.
Right. So then why not just say that's what I believe?
Oh, okay. Damn, that was simple. I'm sorry. I did go off the end. That was simple. Yes, my faith and my belief.
Right. And so I got no problem with that.
Sorry.
But
what I was go ahead. Continue.
No,
sorry.
You got it. Go ahead.
What I was saying, I wasn't confrontation with you because all your messages I believe in. I know it's true. But what I'm saying is a lot of people out here on these streets, they can't relate, bro. I followed you not even long ago, maybe about a year. But I followed a lot of people on YouTube. And this is the gift and the curse of YouTube and anything in social media and life. But I follow you because I listen to your messages and you're telling the truth. I'm not confrontation with that. That's why I brought up my brother, because my older brother about to come home. But what I'm saying is it's been like 28, 29 years. And it's a blessing that's coming. The Most High has done this. And what I'm saying is it's funny that something led me up to following your platform. And I know you don't have a lot of big followers on YouTube, but you got a lot of big followers. I remember when you was in the rap game, and I understand why you got out of that at dirty industry. I was just watching Ice Cube talking about Oprah Winfrey, but that's another story. But how people catch a lot of flack, because when you elevate, you catch a lot of flack from the people that's on that same level, but they ain't playing on the same team. You dig? You know what I'm saying? And that's what that's all I was trying to make a point about it. Hey man, I got much love for you, bro. Hey,
we ain't beefing. It's all
I think your daughter's over there remind me of my daughter. I'm a granddaddy now. I got a granddaughter. Don't see her much, but my son, he look a lot like me, but he lighter and his hair brown. But anyway, I'm saying I see that, and I'm like, that's that father role that that inspires me, because people have came to me and said I inspired them. I'm not no entertainer or nothing like that, but I look up to people like you because I'll be like, man, I can relate. I was going through it in the 90s. I was in the NWA era, you know. Sorry, I ain't mean to flatter you or nothing. I wasn't saying that to try to flatter you or nothing. But man, salute to you, brother Cam. I ain't against you. Bro, I'm gonna sit back in the chat. I'm gonna fall back because, hey man, I wasn't never trying to act like I was trying to spit some knowledge against you. You know what I'm saying? I already know you're on the number one.
No, you my brother, man. It's all good. I think my brother Madon wanted to ask you a question, though. Madon,
all right, cool. I was watching him too. I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, salute. Appreciate it, Cam. Peace, bro. I just wanted to ask you. You said you can't buy your way into heaven.
Yes, sir.
Ask you
I meant that.
if you can't buy your way into heaven, why does the scripture says the kingdom of heaven is within you?
Well, what I meant by buy your way in heaven, get this, not your heart and your intuition, but you remember when the verse said that even a rich man shall not enter the kingdom of heaven, talking about greedy people, talking about people that are in deceit. And it said the Lord said that not even a camel could squeeze through. It'd be easier for a camel to squeeze through a needle, the eye of a needle, than a rich man to reach the kingdom of heaven. That's what I meant by that. Mike got to misinterpret it. Not meaning that somebody's heart and they put in or their belief is not going to enter the kingdom of heaven. I was just saying, there's two verses to the side of that story in a way, you know what I'm saying? To make, if it makes any sense to, that's what I meant by that.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Y'all got any questions for me?
Man, I'll die for my brothers. I'm telling you, I'm a soldier. I ain't just wearing it. I ain't no camouflage. I don't even wear it. This is monkey to me right now. I just had this on yesterday. I went over to my hometown, and when I did, I wasn't boasting or bragging. I had to visit to another brother and try to help him out. This is what our brothers are supposed to do. We're supposed to support one another, because this is what the Most High wants us to do. Without us doing it, who else is doing it? Do you know they all giving us false narratives? So, hey, trust me, I'm far from against that.
That's right. Oh, I don't know what happened. That's the Wi-Fi. That Wi-Fi kick in is going. The force be with us. Peace to Earl. May the force be with you. You know what I'm saying? Madon, my brother.
So what's poppin', Cam?
What's your greatest stress in your life right now, without getting too personal, and you ain't got to say no names, and then what would you say your greatest stress in life is right now?
My greatest stress would be,
or one of your greatest stresses.
One of my to be real is reorganizing my equipment. That's my biggest stress. It's like
organizing what?
My recordings, my studio, my recording
music equipment.
Yeah, like I got all the equipment, but it's like when it's time to just get in there and just be at it, it's like my attention span just cannot just seem to just stick with it. It's like I just have to go off and do something else. Like that's one of my greatest stress, because that's my passion. But it's like I've been, through the years, it's like I guess doing song with brothers, and then like they'll take my verse off because they'll say not that it was whack, but I guess it was just too black sometimes. So I guess
it's too black.
Yeah, it was too black. It was too black. So I think that's my greatest stress, just not being able to just stay focused and just I got it all. I got the equipment I need. I just
speaking of that, I mean, not to, so is that where you record like vocals? Like if you're doing vocals, you trying to put your studio equipment back together to record vocals, or do you record vocals other places in the meantime?
No, I record vocals right like at the crib now. Like I can record, but it's like I got the machine, what it's called machine. It's like I got to make beats, and I got like the Arturia keyboard. I got everything to make beats. I used to make beats back in like 2000s, but I just put it to the side and just left it alone.
Yeah, because I'm keeping that G14 classified business between me and you under the hat right now, but I was just curious about that, because that's that's something that we definitely need to get busy and look to pushing it out this season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right, man. And that's what I've been trying to get my focus on, man. But I work so much, and it's like when I get
Mhm.
here, a lot of times I be wanna when I settle down, and it's like I be like, see if Cam go live, you know, because it's
Yeah.
refreshing.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah, yeah. That's that therapy. We got to wind down and detox and debrief from the day's BS. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because I ain't got no homies down here like I used to have. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got
Mm.
some in Texas and some of them, you know, they done moved off and got married. So it's like I ain't really got no homies down here. I be it just be most times just solo or just kick it with my brother. But you know what I mean? Just staying focused, man. You know what I'm just
Right.
saying? Basically.
If you don't mind me asking, do you have any stress regarding relationship status? You
Nah,
ain't got
not
to
for,
answer that
nah, not for real, for real.
because that's mostly what our people is going through right now. The biggest stresses that we dealing with have to do with relationships. It had to do with health. It had to do with money. Relationships, health, and money. And health also, that same category is loss of life, like loss of loved ones, health and death. You know what I'm saying? But relationships, health, and money is usually the biggest things that we're dealing with right now. And for those that ain't really dealing with that, it's purpose. You know what I'm saying? They might have all them things, but they still feel like life is stagnant. They stagnant. That it's a void. It's something that they missing, and that has to do with that God purpose. Because all of them things is really supposed to be the anchor and the motivator or whatever to help you achieve that purpose of growing into being a God while you live in your life and helping each other, helping your spouse or helping your offspring and all that grow into be God. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked certain questions about stress or purpose and this and that, because I'm trying to show and prove how it's all really connected, and it's your business. It's about you. It's not about somebody else. It's not about space, ghosts, afterlife. All of this is about you being God or growing into God right now while you live and doing what no generations before us was able to ever accomplish. So I ain't trying to pry in your personals, but I be having to use you to spark the people to what I'm saying.
No, that's no, I don't mind, man. It's all good, you know what I mean? Because and now that I really think about it, I think it is because I never had a problem meeting women. It just I'm
Mhm.
always I'm always running across these crazies, man. And that's what kind of
Let's
bugs me
talk
out.
about that. Let's talk about that. That's what we're gonna talk about for the last 10 minutes. And you already know we've been on here for months now, just talking about this subject every so often about the crazies and what we as men, what our duty is and what our function is regarding that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we can't unlock. I mean, you already know it. We can't unlock our full powers. According to Islamic expression, that marriage is half of the whole faith. Half of the power of your godhood comes from actually having a spouse, having a woman, if you're a man, and the struggles and the trials and the tribulations that you're gonna go through with her, with the craziness. Right. So
Yeah.
you don't want to just choose a crazy one, but even the one that you think ain't crazy got some crazy in there that's gonna come out eventually.
Yeah, and that's always what end up happening. Like I think, okay, yeah, this is cool, you know what I mean? We vibing. Next thing
Mhm.
I know, Psycho Freaky Jason or something, man. It's like what's going
Right. Yeah. So that's what the question is. What happens after that? What do we as men do after that? After we done triggered them, or what I'm saying, deposited so much of ourself into them, or time and energy or whatever into them, and then you get to that point in the landmine or in the gold mine when you hit that 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 vein of crazy. Do you quit? Do you say, okay, this ain't the land, the the mountain for me. This ain't the mountain for me to climb. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find another gold mountain that I'm gonna, because you're gonna keep running into the same thing. You can't escape it. So when do you finally just plant your feet and say, okay, well, this is gonna be the hill, not that I die on, but this is gonna be the hill that I conquer.
That's real, man. And I've tried to conquer that hill, man. I've waded in the water. I tried to, you know what I mean? I tried to stick it out, and you know what I mean? But my problem was they always thought I'm out cheating, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to
what?
They always thought I was the one I'm out cheating or something. You know, that's what a lot of women they think I do.
Was you? Are you?
No, that's the thing. I wasn't. That's the crazy part about it, man. I wasn't. But like it's like every girl I talk to is like, you know, I mean, I ain't a bad look, I ain't the flyest guy, but I'm a fly guy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like when my 20s, yeah, I wanted to be pimp player gigolo, you know, but as I got into my late 30s, I ain't with all that. You know, I stopped looking at it like that. You know, I had a different look at women, just accepting the fact that I guess through the years or like 2010 and when I got started listening to a lot of the teachings of the Honorable Muhammad and brothers like Colin and Honorable Farrakhan and different other brothers, I had a different perspective of how I looked at our sisters. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't out there just trying to, you know, holler and see how many I can go through type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. You got children yet? You ain't got no children yet?
Yeah, I got one son. He grown though. He live out in Texas.
Oh, okay. So you don't mind if I use you as a guinea pig? You ain't got to answer none of these questions. But what happened with the relationship with his mom? You and his mom?
Oh, that's back when thought I was pimp player gigolo. You know what I mean? I was out. Thought I was kind of like Eddie Murphy and wanted to soar my royal oats, so to speak.
Right,
you know?
right. You was boomeranging.
Yeah, I was on that type of vibe back then. You know, I was young and I was in Texas. I was in the music, and you know, I thought I was, you full of your ego, and you think, you know, hey, and the women was choosing, so you know, yeah.
So that was something that you messed up.
Yeah, I take full blame for accountability for that, you know. And then I left Texas and went back to Pittsburgh, and you know what I mean, stayed up there, and then eventually came back down here to Bama. Wow.
Right. So what do you think, males, from your experience, what do you think, what's some advice you can give to males, you know, whether they're in their 20s, 30s, 40s, based on the mistakes that we make and we made as youngsters? Because you know, we young, but you know, young ain't really a excuse, because you know, females run that all the time. Yeah, I was young. Yeah, we was all young. We all did some young dumb stuff, but then what do we do afterwards? What would you do different, or what would you do right now to try to teach or encourage or advise somebody to not make the same mistakes that we made?
Me personally, I would tell someone, hey man, you know, I know music influenced a lot of us as young Black people. And you know, a lot of us, we looked at our sisters a certain ways based off song, because that's what happened to me. Based off certain songs I grew up on, I started looking at sisters different. You know what I'm saying? I think I would tell the youth or anybody else, let's not continue that vicious cycle. You know, I know a lot of our sisters is, you know, they doing things that's strange, you know, but at the same time, they don't mean you have to treat them that way or go out and just try to play them and just hit and run, so to speak. You know what I mean? I think we got to just start looking at our sisters as the queen we want them to be, even though I know a lot of them you can't reach or you may not be able to reach, but at the same time, you don't have to partake in that activity.
What's your you know, method of choosing a woman now? Like, what's your standards, or like what do you think she got to do this, or she got to be this, she got to look like what? Like what is your standards for a woman right now at your age?
At my age now, man, I like me personally, someone with some type of I would say how can I put it? A natural, like I'm into more like a natural sister who's not into the you know the fame and the or not the fame, but just the fancy, all the fancy stuff. Like I like more.
Mhm.
I look for a down to earth sister who's ain't just caught up in the, oh, this is the hottest thing. I got to get it because I want to be like this sister or with my homegirls. You know what I'm saying? I like one of them around the way girls, so to speak.
What age? What
My,
age done got all of that out their system?
I don't know. Me.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you some hard questions. You got to think tonight, bro.
Yeah, man, but it's in this day and era, it's kind of hard. It's almost like a needle in a haystack, but I think it's out there. But I try to sister that not too much caught in that. I mean, it's rare. I mean, it's extremely rare because most of the sisters I do run across, it's the same. Like it's amazingly, it amazes me how similar, how so similar they are. Like they
Yeah.
all if it's all about the iPhone. If you ain't got an iPhone, or why ain't you got an iPhone? Like, or all this same old, you know what I mean? And they in their 40s. Some of them I run into be in their 30s, and I'm like, wow, you still thinking like that? And, but
If you said that, the women that you was dealing with was always accusing you of cheating, was that the deal breaker, or so based on that you couldn't stay in a relationship with them? Like, what was the deal breaker?
well, I think it was more on their behalf and mine at the same time because I think me personally, me like I said, I'm a kind of a fly guy, and I try to hold myself up,
Mm-hmm.
So, but they automatically think, okay, I'm just pulling all these women, and I think a lot of that time they're dealing with past trauma,
Mm-hmm.
bringing it over into the relationship. And me, I try to like, listen, I'm not doing anything. Listen, you can go through my phone. I hate doing it. I had to do that a couple times. I ain't no lock on my phone. I said you can go through it, do whatever you want. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think I kind of left a lot of those situations because I couldn't take it because it's like like I was talking to this one girl, I could be at work, she could pass by, see my car in the yard in the lot or wherever, and be like, "Nah, you ain't at work. You over some bi crib or something." I had to, for my sanity, I had to leave. That's the situation. That's like nah, because I felt as though because through the relationship, she told me how she was how past experience with different guys cheating on her and all that. So she brought all that trauma. I felt as though she brought all that trauma within our relationships. And some of the girls I've been with, they brought that into the relationship.
How old was she compared to you? Like, was she 10 years younger than you, older than you, same age as you? What?
She was what? The last one that I'm talking about, she was what? 6 years older than me.
Oh, wow. So she had children?
Yeah.
So, like, based on your experience, so wouldn't that be, I mean, because everybody, no matter what age, I guess they got they traumas and they poisons or whatever, it's just like we do. But wouldn't it seem like the older ones would be more settled down or more mature or more, confident or instead of insecure?
Yeah, that's what you would think. That's what I used to think. I was like, okay, let me see, because her kids was pretty much grown, so I ain't had to play that role or none of that old crazy. Well, I won't say crazy stuff because the scripture say you're supposed to help certain women like that. But I'm thinking, yeah, she's older, so her mind is more, you know what I mean? She's more mature. She ain't caught in the rapture. But that's not true, man. It's a lot of our older sisters, the sisters of that age. I think they share the same trauma as the younger ones.
They in a lot of cases they be even more insecure because of their age, because of their experiences.
Yeah, most definitely.
So that just lets you know either way, you're gonna have to be in a mechanic shop. You're gonna have to be a mechanic either way, right?
Yeah, you definitely have to be a mechanic, man, and you have to me, you have to be well grounded to stick around and make that situation iron it out or hash it out.
What do you expect? What do you expect from a woman? What do you expect her to be on? Like, so meaning if is she supposed to be attracted to you spiritually, you know what I'm saying, to your knowledge of self? Like the last women that you was dealing with, was you already into the teachings, or this was before you was into the teachings? And
For the last one, I was I was into the teachings with the last two that I was dealing with, and they thought I was off my rocker, and
because what? Give me an example.
I was telling them, how basically different teachings I've heard, from the nation about how,
Mhm.
like, um, the Caucasians came out of us, and
Right.
basically we them and things like that, and and I used to tell her that how uh, basically, like, the God she was believing in was a mystery God, and
Mhm.
but we had them dialogues. She'd ask me, "What's your belief system and what you believe in?" And I tell her, and she look at me side eyed. You know what I'm saying, and
Mm.
things like yeah.
Is it could it be because of the way you delivered it to her? Like, you know what I'm saying, was you too blunt and too aggressive, or with it? Was you nonchalant with it? Was you like, because
Well,
if y'all already was cool, if that was your woman or that's who you was talking to, or I don't know if y'all smashed or y'all was intimate before y'all got to know each other on that level. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out what was the initial attraction, if it wasn't that. Like, why would it was it just physical, you know what I'm saying? Like, or because they gonna reflect whatever, however we getting at them. So if you still on your fly guy tip and you kind of used to popping at them on that level, you know what I'm saying, then that's what they gonna expect from you. And then they gonna feel like talking about this subject is like some left field business.
you know what you got an excellent point right there, because I met her in the store. You know what I'm saying? And it
Mhm.
was pretty physical. I was pretty much the new guy in town, because I'm back in my old town that I grew up in. I left in the
Mhm.
90s, and and I was the new face in town sort of guy, type of speak. But I walked up on her in the store. I was working at a store locally. You know what I mean? And it started from there. So now that you said that, I can see how, what I'm saying, me working in that store, talking to her, she could be like, okay, he probably talked to all the girls that walk in here.
Mhm. Mhm. And I mean, the cold part is, though, that's what make them want you. That women don't want no dude that no other women don't want. But then they don't want no other woman to want you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's a catch-22.
Definitely. It
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? That's why they want you, because they got some like little uh I want to prove a point to these other breeds, these other females, you know what I'm saying? A lot of it is for their own image, their own ego, right?
Yeah.
They want you because they know other people want you, and if it didn't look like no other female wants you, then they won't want you, because it's just it's vanity. It's some vanity involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're exactly right, man. You're exactly right. But yeah, that's I guess as it was in the beginning of that relationship, it was kind of in the ending, because
That's true though. What you finna say?
no, I was saying, because the way I met her was in the store, kind of like, and the way the relationship ended was like, oh, you just out here, hollering at all the women type of thing. So it was kind of like, like you said, man, that the way I met her, then it's pretty much reflected how the course of that relationship, because she thought I was always just hollering at all the girls, but there was
Well,
no.
you probably was, but it don't mean that you was disrespecting her. If you work in a store and you got to be a people person, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna use my charm for whatever, but it, like you said, is absolutely true. In the lost found world of relationships, is the way you get in a relationship is the way the way the relationship gonna end. You know what I'm saying? How you get them is how you gonna lose them. Especially if it ain't rooted in the teachings, or like it ain't rooted on a real, solid, wisdom type stuff. The way you get them is the way you're gonna lose them. So if she already knew you was talking to a lot of girls, and she knew it from the gate, you was one of the girls that she talking to, but she still agreed to talk to you. She still agreed to get with you. That means that's her character. You know what I'm saying? So her character is a green light. I'm gonna get with a dude that I know is probably getting with other females. Like she agreed with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yours is also, part of the issue, because you popping at them like that, and neither party gonna really adjust their program. You know what I'm saying? Unless you really bring something to the table. I don't know what these females bring to the table. If you bring something to the table and make me want to, adjust my program out of respect, then I'll do that. But if you ain't really bringing too much to the table, then why would I adjust?
Yeah, that's real, and I think the another reason why it didn't work out, because I can't, just to be real and straight up, um, it was lust. I mean, the way she was shaped and all
Go
that.
ahead. Hey, man, brother. Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we want to hear, brother. We want to hear the truth. We want to hear the confession.
You know what I mean? Be real, she had one of them shapes that make you be like, yo, wait a minute, hold up. So, it was rooted in that. So,
Man, well, there you go. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Confession is good for the soul. So that's what attracted her. So apparently she had some clothes on that was showing that shape, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And you had eyes that work, right?
Yeah. And they was definitely attracted to the moving objects.
Right. So there it is. She was fishing, and she caught what she was fishing for, and you was fishing and you caught what you was fishing for. But the motivation, the initial motivation, wasn't all the way civilized. And it lasted the way that it lasted, and that's gonna happen every time.
You're exactly right, man. Because now that I look back on all my past relationships, it wasn't rooted in, like, let me make her my wife and all that. It was rooted in, hey, just the way players play all day, everyday type of thing, So
I'm buying what you selling.
Right.
I'm buying. I want to taste what you advertising.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, so neither one of us is innocent. We know what we doing, but you as the woman gonna get the short end of the stick, because you don't want to get penetrated. We don't get penetrated. We'll be out of some money and out of some time and some energy that we might put into you or something like that. But when it come down to it, you don't want to get ran through. We don't get ran through.
Yeah, and I think I'm paying for a lot of that, man. Me trying to be a player, what I'm saying? When I was in Texas, Texas, man, how that is, and I was in Pittsburgh, and all that, and so I think I think I'm paying for a lot of that, trying to be a player. Now, what I'm saying, the different chicks that I run across, and it's like, oh man, nah, I can't, nah, she ain't, nah, I can't go nowhere with this one, And so now, so now I just try to fall back as much as I can, man, and just control my temptations.
Yeah, and if you really, you know where the best ones is at. That's like the females. Like, where the good men at? You talking to one, first of all, but I'm taking. So what part of what pool am I a member of? So it's same with us. If we got the teachings and we talking about a female, why we ain't looking at the pool of where the the teachings, you know, girls, the women and girls that's in the teachings is at. So we intentionally on some, you know, some weak stuff. Because if we really wanted the real deal, we gonna go to where they're gonna actually hold us accountable and they're gonna be up to the standards that we claim we want. But we don't really want that. You know what I'm saying? We don't want somebody that's gonna be really that, you know, able to hold us accountable. So that's a weakness in us.
Yeah, that's real, man. And, you know, I be trying to. I guess I be looking for them type of sisters. Well, I guess I
No,
ain't
you
looking hard.
don't.
Guess I ain't looking hard enough. Well, I
Yeah,
know.
no, I was no, you don't. No, you ain't. You know what I'm saying?
When I,
Because you know where the mosque at. You know where they at.
see, the thing is like it's none. Well, where I'm at in Bama, I haven't seen a mosque or nothing, but it
Well,
might
you
be
said
something.
you were traveling, man. You a Freemason. you a you a traveler. You travel for that. Hey, if you're gonna travel, it's better than traveling for some ratchets and some temporary, you know, temporary pin cushions. You may as well, if you're gonna travel for that.
You ain't lying, cause hey, that's so real. Because I notice I keep stumbling when I go that route with those. Man, you know,
Yeah. Yep.
it's
Yeah.
always a stumbling block. It's
It's a
always
stumbling.
stumbling.
Yeah, you're gonna be slipping and sliding on that oil, on that box, on a little box oil. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start breaking your ankle. You're gonna do a Kyrie Irving in a minute, tear that ACL up. You gotta be careful. Them falls get worse and worse as time go on.
Yeah, that's so real, man. That's why I fall back, man. I fall back. You know what I mean? I try my best to be righteous and you know, with my approach. And I try to see
Mm.
what's mind at, you know, now well, I always try to see where they mind at, but it's like when I do that, most, you know, it's like most of them it was like, what are you talking about? So I was like, okay, I can't even go down this hole
I
right here. Now
understand. So why you even entertaining casting your pearls before swine when you know the women that ain't gonna ask you that? You know the women that live by that signed up for that'll never ask you that. They're
that's
gonna
real.
ask you what took you so long, where you been, after you know why you ain't all the way in here with us. They gonna ask you that.
Hey, that's real, man. That's real. That's so real, man. That's what I gotta do, man, because that's a fact. If I want to find that quality, I got to go with the qualities that I just
Hey,
can't.
bottom line. Otherwise, you capping. I gotta hold your feet to the fire, Madonna. Otherwise, you capping.
That's so
That's
real.
what the beauty of this brotherhood is, because we hold each other accountable and we laugh it off, but we be dead serious. And you know, that's how men sharpen men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so real, bro. That's so real. That's why I didn't mind having this dialogue with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
This the way that Mustafa got at me, the Minister Farrakhan's son. It was way back in the day. You know, he got at me, got at us, the FOI in Compton. Like, man, y'all got that out y'all system yet? I mean, you can't smash them all, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You know, when you going, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, Toya Royal, when you gonna get that out your system? When you gonna grow up, man? Because all you doing is damaging them for the next man. That you know, if you ain't got no intention in marrying them or whatever, and we be like, well, it ain't us. You know, they own us hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? We trying to blame it on the sisters, on the female. Like, no, you the one that's supposed to put the law on them or whatever. You the one supposed to fish them in without putting, you know, without getting intimate with them, without leading them on or whatever. You put them through the gauntlet. You put them through the tests and the trials and see if they're gonna go through the process and if they're willing to do this and willing to be that. But nah, you know, they trying to throw the candy at us right away, and we just be like, man, you know, and like the the C's candy, remember the little chocolate store, the little samplers, Whitman samplers. And I ain't gonna buy none of these boxes. I'm just gonna take a piece of this one, a piece of that one, and be like, so you know, we didn't did so much of that, like you know, like you said, you know, we didn't got chastised and you know had to atone and repent and pay all kind of prices in this life, and eventually, you know what I'm saying, because tomorrow ain't promised. You're gonna have to say, man, you know, I didn't taste it enough. You know what I'm saying? I didn't tasted enough of these candies. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man. I've come to that conclusion, man. I've definitely came to that conclusion because like I said, man, everyone, man, like, you know, I dialogue with sisters on a daily basis just because of the job I'm at and stuff like that. And it's like
Mhm.
every time, I'm like, okay, yeah, I said, okay, this sister might be cool. But and then as it time goes on, it's like, oh man, it's all
This is what I found, Madon,
that.
is unless you seasoned, and I don't want to sound, well, I ain't gonna say, I gotta be careful how I say that. From you, from your position, is, you know, you gotta commit. You gotta commit to the teachings first, right? And what I mean, you know, to the army, to the structure. You got, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a certain respect level that women automatically have that's unspoken if they know that you're a member of a military and an army that's something different. They're not gonna be so quick to try to, like, you know, look at you side eyed or whatever. No, they're gonna look at you with a lot of different respect. Like, damn, this is a soldier or warrior that can really protect me. Like they you know, they really got a army that's gonna do some things if somebody violate. You know, so they feel protected in that sense. And then you gaining the actual wisdom from the source, from the teachings of how to guide them into the discipline of submitting to you. Because if you just outside the mosque, or you outside, you know what I'm saying, they just gonna be like, oh, you just a random individual dude that just talking about this and that. But if they see you, you know, in uniform, and they see the you know, the army that backs you up, then they can't play you a certain kind of way.
Hey, I feel that, man. That's real, man. Cause I definitely need, I gotta do something because well, the ones I ran across, they always tell me, "Oh, you look like a hit it and quit it type of guy." Like it's like almost all of them tell me that, and I'm trying to figure out how can what do I need to do to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, dang, how do I get that jacket off me? Because I'm not the hit it.
By putting the FOI jacket on.
Right, that's real.
Because they know that they can hold you, even though it's a finesse. They plan on finessing you and holding you accountable and holding you to a certain laws and standards, whatever, that they ain't got to hold themselves to, so they think. But that's what they can't run that. Yeah, if you can hold me to some laws. If I violate, if I'm a woman, man, or I'm womanized, or I'm cheating or whatever, it's a whole government, a whole military that's gonna chastise me, that's gonna hold me accountable, right? It's laws that you know, it's consequences and repercussions if I violate you as a sister, as a woman. But guess what? For you to get that benefit of a man like me, you gonna have to be under them same laws, right? And that's what they don't really want to. They don't want no parts of that. No, I want to be able to still twerk and wear whatever I want to wear and go wherever I want to go. But I want you to be all the way disciplined. You know what I'm saying? And looking at me as your only woman and all that kind of stuff. It don't work like that.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're exactly right, man. I definitely got to do. I gotta adhere to that or something, man, because you're right, because they want you to conform or be a certain way while they, you know.
Yeah, they want the benefits of your discipline and your self-sacrifice and your commitment and your dedication, but they don't want to do it. And they can kind of get that off because they know the nature of a man is to carry them, right? You're not supposed to be equal with me. I'm not looking for you to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm supposed to carry you. I'm supposed to guide you. I'm supposed to be your leader. You're supposed to be submissive and whatever, you know what I'm saying, follow my lead. So they already can say, I don't got to know what you know. I don't got to be as disciplined as you are, as wise as you are. Yeah, you don't. You just have to be wise enough to know you're supposed to follow my instructions. And that part is the hard part for them.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And you know, I've had sisters tell me, I'm trying to control them, and I'm like, I'm not trying to control you.
Oh no, that's what. No, let me stop you right there. That's the bluff. That's the emotional production that they run on you if they know that you don't. That's a litmus test. A woman asked me that, you trying to control me. You goddamn right I'm trying to control you. That's my job to control you. You don't want to be under control? Yeah. So they say that stuff to make you backpedal. Like, no, I ain't control. Just like you said, all right, he weak. He don't know himself. I'm finna get over on him. I'm finna run all kind of emotional games and no, out the gate. Yeah, I'm controlling you. If you with me, I'm controlling you. You want me to protect you? You want me to respect you? I can't respect or protect who I can't control. So if you don't want to be under my control, then I'm the wrong dude. I'm gonna tell you that from the gate. And you can be like, yeah. And then you might be gone for like 2 months or 3 months. Next thing you know, like Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. 6 months later, hey, big head. What you mean, big head?
Yeah. Hey, that's real, man, because you're exactly right, because I think just based off the temperature of today's world, when a woman's trying to control me, a lot of men be like, whoa, they police, like the police instantly jumping to the side of a brother's mind. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you exactly right. You just got to be straight up, like, yeah, I am. That's exactly what I do.
Yeah, because you gotta say the opposite. Every goofy dude, every simp, every pimp is gonna say what they want to hear. No, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna try to say exactly what I know you don't want to hear, and that's really what they want to hear. They want to hear you be a man and talk to them firm with authority. They might not submit and you might not have no relationship. They're going to respect you the rest of their life, though. You're going to be that one dude in the back of their mind like, damn, that nigga told me some real stuff out the gate up front. I wonder where he at. I'm saying, I wonder where he at, because the niggas that I chose that was telling me what I want to hear, I got 2 of their babies. We arch enemies, but I be fighting with his new baby mama and all that. They're going to be wishing like, damn, I should have chose that dude that told me what it was up front. That's same with daughters or whatever that grow up with mothers and not a father. I wish I had a father. I wish I had a father to discipline me. I didn't want to be able to do whatever I wanted to do. I wouldn't have been a teenage mama. I wouldn't have been smoking weed. I wouldn't have tattoos. I wouldn't have got in gangs or whatever. When it comes down to it, they want you to be disciplinarian, not a slave. I don't want to control you like that. I really want you to control yourself. But since I know you're not doing that, I have to be the lawman. I have to put the law down. I'm putting it on myself first. And then if you with me, I'm putting it on you. Take it or leave it. Because if you don't see no benefit, if I'm not shining or I'm not producing or I don't got this rank or this respect in the streets from doing this, you wouldn't be attracted to me in the first place. You attracted to me because I am in control. I'm in self-control first, and I'm in control. I'm controlling whoever is with me. That's bottom line. Other than that, be free. Be independent boss chick. Yeah. And it's not slavery. You choosing me. I'm choosing you. It's not slavery. It's laws. You can choose to try to apply for a corporate job at such and such. Yeah, you choosing that. You choosing to obey their rules, though. You're not choosing to go in there and think you can do whatever you want to do. If you know you can't do that with the white man and they world and they structure, you damn sure can't do it with me. I'm the last one you can do that with. I'm the one you're supposed to be jumping over hoops and to try to obey. You're supposed to obey and follow me and all that way more than your corporate jobs or whatever you think you're getting benefits in this enemy world. So just the fact they know how to do that for them, you know how to do it. You know how to be under control.
So what would you say to a lot of these young guys in 2025? Not what I won't even just say young guys, because I see guys my age going through this where the woman is in control, seems like it's like they don't have, it's like they just what they call it, I know in the South they call it henpecked, like, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So what would your advice be to guys how to, because you know how the attitude of a lot of these women is today, you know what I'm saying? It's like they feel like they're your boss chick, they alpha female and all this other stuff. And so would you just say avoid those type or just?
Yeah, I mean, you ain't avoid trying to be in a relationship with them, but I use them as weights. I use them as workout equipment. I love, and when I'm finished with them, they be wishing they was my wife. They wishing they could be, you know what I'm saying? And I do that in front of dudes that simps. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like dudes that be they biggest goal in life is to try to turn a lesbian into back into a hetero or whatever. Right. And that's on the surface. I mean, that's on the superficial sexual level. Like it'll never happen like that. It happens on a God level. It happened on an understanding level. It happened on a wisdom level that you willing to actually go in there and do work. To work, you know what I'm saying, to make them face their demons or face their traumas or face their fears, but you there with them. You're not cracking no whip on them. You there with love, like, you know what I'm saying, and understanding, but you're not letting them have their way. Your emotions absolutely don't run nothing this way. I acknowledge them, but I'm wise enough to know when if that's demon chatter and demon emotional production, or if that's the real you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's about getting into their mind and letting them get into your mind, and any dude that's henpecked like that don't know himself. He don't know his own purpose. He don't know his own nature. He was raised by a woman. He was raised by a single mom or raised by a weak henpecked daddy.
That's real. Hey, that's
you know what I'm saying? Because a real man you don't got to be tough and rough and macho and nothing. Just your energy, just a regular real man's energy. He can be chill and calm and all of that. He might hit you with a certain look or just be quiet or whatever, and I effed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, baby. Like or otherwise, you just ain't gonna hear from me. You know what I'm saying? Because if he know himself, then he's gonna already show you his value. He gonna know his own value. My value don't got nothing to do with money. I do not have money like that. All my peers do, but they know that I'm more valuable than they are. You know what I'm saying? I'm more feared and respected and honored among these circles than they are by multi-millionaires and billionaires. Because it's something that's in my head. It's the teachings that's in my head that I done lived and I done soldiered and proved for 30-something years, 3.5 decades. And I turned the money down. I turned your breezies down. I turned your dope and your weed and your drink down. I turned it all down. While you see me soldiering, standing on my square. So, they know what's coming with that. So like, if you don't know yourself, then you're going to fall for anything. You're going to let a female whop and box and emotions and outnumber an image, and you're going to let all that sway you or run you. So.
Yeah, that's real, man. You definitely gotta take charge. That's so real, man. Because like you said, the way you go in it,
the way you go end it, that's where it's gonna end.
Yeah.
So if you want it to be a permanent, you know what I'm saying, you want the relationship to be permanent, then you're gonna go into it, with the permanent courting. You're gonna ask the right questions. You're gonna show the right, first impressions. You're gonna be honest. That's why it's called courting. Court. Like you're gonna bring up all your past, your prior, your criminal record. This is what I done did to women. This is my outstanding. I got an enemy over here, baby mama. I got a child. This, what I'm saying, it's court. You got to put all them crimes and priors and anything pending, any warrants. You know what I'm saying, relationship warrants. You got to put that on the table, and you be honest and upfront. And then she can choose whether or not she want to deal with that or not, and she got to put hers up. And you got to know what questions to ask, because they just not going to volunteer all of the real right information, the potent information. You got to ask them hard questions and let them ask you them hard questions. And then from then on, then, okay, so what do you expect? What you expect from me? Because this is what I expect from you. This is what I'm looking for. And then y'all got to, come to a settlement, come into an agreement, because you're not going to get everything you want. She's not going to get everything she wants. And so that's where you begin. Now we're going to start. Now we're going to try to grow together and grow to oneness and start providing those other things, trying to be them other things for each other. And a lot of us ain't willing to do that until we 60 years old or something. Like, you already beat down, broken, teeth missing, gray, shaggy, body sagging. Like, anybody want to commit to that?
Hey, that's a fact. Hey, that's a fact, man. You're exactly right, man. And I can't help but hold myself reliable for a lot of the stress that I cause amongst our women, and I see how if people want to call it karma or whatever, I see how I suffer from my approach of women throughout the years of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like now when I come approach women or try to, I always get this, it'll be a positive, but as it get to going, it become a negative because I don't know if it's from what McCall, but I always get stuck with, like I was saying earlier, that stigma of they'll be like, you the type that look like you just hit it or quit it or you're a player and all this is like so that jacket is like stamped on me and I be trying to get it off me.
Yeah, you get it off by putting on another jacket that they can see. Like I said, once they see you got another jacket, I'm talking about literally, they see you got another uniform on, then they ain't gonna be able to say that. They might want to say that. A lot of times they just use that as an excuse. They testing you. They constantly gonna test you, but they want it to be temporary because they don't want to commit to you. They want to see that you're not a committer, so they don't have to be a committer.
That's
but they won't pin it on you like you're the problem. Like you knew this was, you had ass blasting out and cheeks and all, like you talked to me. You agreed to talk to me, but since I initiated the conversation with you, you could say it was my fault. Since I got at you, he got at me. He got at me. Like, oh, okay, all right, I guess my bad then. That's why all of that counts. All of them is little ingredients that they use against you.
Yeah, you're right, man. And I guess I gotta. Well, I don't guess. I gotta. My approach gotta be different because I can't lie. My approach is still rooted in hitting it, just to be straight up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Cutting to the chase, not really being interested in who they really are.
Yeah,
you seeing that body, you seeing the body, or you seeing the face, and you want to see what it do. You want to see what that body do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's so real, man. That's so real to me, man, because I just can't. I'm just found it, but I'm just thinking like, dang, yo, I ain't gonna never have success until I change my approach.
That's absolutely true, and it's time to change it because now grace is over. Grace is over after this Ramadan. You know what I'm saying? It's already over after Savior's Day, but Ramadan is like the final extension of this grace. And that's why we even having this conversation, because ain't no such thing as coincidence.
Right.
So as far as approaching them, it don't even make no sense to approach them. You know what I'm saying? If you're supposed to approach a different, you're supposed to take 2 or 3 of whatever steps towards the, your nation. You know what I'm saying? Lock that in to where you actually do have a different jacket on. And then they'll come to you. It ain't even about popping at nothing. You ain't got to pop at nothing because they're going to pop at you.
Hey, that's 100, man. That's 100.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't mean to put you on a hot seat, but you know what we do.
Oh, for sure, man. It was well needed. You know, I think, you know, a lot of brothers and maybe sisters who was listening in, I think we all learned lessons, and we, you know, was able to, you know, I'm willing to open up, you know, for the better of the good, you know.
Yeah, and I just put you on the auction block too, so they're gonna be any sisters that you know they're gonna be trying to plot on you. So you gonna absolutely have to put on that armor of God, that new jacket. You know what I'm saying? So you can deflect what need to be deflected.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I definitely gotta deflect because yeah, I gotta get it together, man. I've been, you know, I gotta get it together because my approach been bad. My approach been strictly on the body, like you said, the body in the face. That's been all this, you know what I'm saying? I gotta
Yeah.
get out.
And the way I had to look at it too, I didn't settle for my wife. My wife was you know, a bomb piece too that had all of that. But I had to come to grips with you know, how many, you know, how many do it take? Like, you know what I'm saying? How many you going, you know what I'm saying, before you know, gonna actually lock in.
Right.
You know, you only one person, and I understand. You know, in wartime, if you know when it is time for the polygamy type situations or whatever, you know, you get to that when you know cross that bridge when you get there. But right now, you know, I've been always living a polygamy type life, but they wasn't my wife. I didn't have no children with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds of the baddest ones around the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
when is it enough? You know, when are you gonna be finished? And you think you're gonna be finished, but no, you done made yourself a addict or something. You know, you addicted to this lifestyle, or addicted to this these advantages or benefits or whatever. You know, it's really disadvantages because you don't know how to lock in. You don't know how to follow through and develop one. You don't know how to develop one. It's like me trying to jump to quantum physics, and I ain't never passed elementary school ABC math or arithmetic. I'm just drowning. Like, you just drowning. Like, you'll never be able to do justice, but with like that. You're just gonna cause more and more problem for yourself and for other people, and just drain the life out yourself or whatever. So, I just had to be like, man, you know, certain people ain't never even experienced this level of, you know, life experience or relationships or bad females or whatever. Like, you know, let it go. You experienced it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You experienced it. You learned a lot. Just like Solomon, you learned a lot about women. You learned a lot. You have a lot of wisdom about life, and then you learn also that's where the power and the secret of God is at, and you never gonna be able to access it because you ain't gonna go far enough with one to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
So
real.
the box ain't you know, that's up front. That's what they want to do up front. That's not where the key is at. That's not where the keys in the secret of God is at. It's not, you know, it's in their mind, it's in their heart, it's in their nature and shit. It's from trials and tribulations and running into heartbreak and disappointment and all of that, violation and betrayal, and you still staying there, and you still, you know, you still standing 10 toes down and working it out and fixing and fixing and you know what I'm saying, like a car or something, like, until next year, you know, you done built it back up better than you would have restored it better than, you know, how it was in 1964. It was 64 Chevy.
Yeah.
So I know I'm running my mouth, but I'm, you know, kind of speaking from experience.
Oh no, you going in, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's one of the problems I have. Well, the problem I got personally is that you know, it's like I always ask myself, it's like, dang, well, I don't question the Most High, but I mean, not like that, but it's like, it's so many beautiful women out here, man. It's like, as a man, sometimes you feel like you missing out. You might have one or two, but I mean, me personally, I don't know
Mhm.
why that's in me. Like, it feel like I'm missing out. Like I need more. Is that my temptations, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what that is you. That's a deficiency in you, meaning um it's not it's you don't really need we don't really need a gang of different women. We need a gang of different knowledges and experiences in our own head that we can share with them to where they gonna be a different person every day. Instead of having, thinking you need a literal different woman, if you bring her some new wisdom, some new experience, some new accomplishments that you getting, you know what I'm saying, then
Yeah,
she's new, you know what I'm saying, it's exciting, it's new, it's always something to look forward to in her. So she not the same. You'll never get bored. Children and lazy people and immature whatever, they get bored. You would never hear a wise God man or a God woman talking about I'm bored or the relationship was boring. No, this is war. This is us mastering ourselves and us going through the fire and going through trials and tribulations to become God with each other. And I can't do that by myself. I gotta have a woman. That's how God set it up. You cannot be the God. Only one that could do that was the originator, and then the second one, which was the second Adam or the perfection of the originator, which was Master Fard Muhammad. All the rest of us, and he dealt with women. I can't say that he was married, but he had to study women. But all the rest of us, we can only reach our godhood with a spouse. You have to have a spouse. That is a requirement. So that's why so many of us, you know, we feel the void. We living with a void. We might have children. We might even have a woman, but you not making her new because you're not doing nothing new. You're not going to get no newness, no new God level for yourself that she can reflect. That's what's the bomb. That's how you know you growing, because you see her growing. You see new stuff in her because of the new stuff that you did to yourself. You disciplined yourself. You read something new. You went over here and experienced this. You went to the gym, or you ate. You start disciplining your diet. I started eating one meal a day or one meal every other day, and now she want to cook different stuff. And so, how does this taste, baby? You know what I'm saying? That you think this fill you up and blah blah. And yeah, and I can get my six pack back too, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? You inspiring her to be a new woman every day. So you don't need new literal women. She's the new woman. You know what I'm saying? Because you making her new every day with different new stuff. So I didn't know that until I was able to finally lock in with my wife. I didn't know that that's how it was. I thought I needed a thousand different women. No, I needed to get 1,000 different wisdoms in my own head and share it with her, and she became 1,000 different women.
yeah, that's 100, man. Because I had a couple that was like that, man. Breakfast and all that, and and like I said, I thought I needed more, man, and just a lot of people left behind. Like, yeah, I just, you know what I'm saying, and I just played myself. You know what I'm saying? When I look back.
Yeah, but at least you got the experience, right? You got the experience. You still alive. You still healthy. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you learned the lesson. So now whoever you do lock in, you're gonna get whipped on. You're gonna get tested and tried for all of the ones that that you played with, that didn't, you know what I'm saying? You got to deal with that. You got to do your time now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But do your time. Don't let your time do you. So it's not a prison. Locking in with one woman is not a prison. You're supposed to be grateful that the God let you have all the prior experiences and you didn't destroy yourself. Now the woman that you lock in with, he gonna make you pay, but it's gonna be such a blessing because now she'll be able to benefit, like all the other women was supposed to be able to benefit.
I feel what you're saying. Yeah, man. I definitely gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm in the wrong, because like the girl I'm with now, I know I'm not gonna marry her, man. And
Well,
now you
let me stop you right there. You are married.
well,
You
yeah,
are married. So that's another misconception. If you intimate, you are married.
that's
So
a
it's
fact.
just the quality of the wife that you chose. And now once you go into her, the Quran says once you go into her, then you owe her an obligation to build her up. Wherever she deficient in or whatever she lacking in, you don't went into her. Now it's your obligation to get her to level up, to help grow her up to the level that you thought she's supposed to be at. That's your job now.
You're right, and that's exactly what it says, man. That's exactly what the word says, man. You know what I'm saying?
And if it don't work, at least you tried. At least be found trying. You don't supposed to leave. You don't supposed to quit. Let them leave if they're gonna leave. You don't supposed to leave.
Yeah, that's real because I always realize this, but I always just put it to the side. Like I know that I'm not in a relationship. Like I'll be getting in a relationship knowing I'm not gonna be in a long term and knowing I'm only in there for sexual pleasure, man. I gotta stop it, Cam,
But
man.
that's just because you don't feel confident enough. You don't have the knowledge of God and the knowledge of self firmly rooted enough. If you had that, then that'll be a project, like that'll be something you look forward to. Let me see, can I turn her into a god? I'm not feeling her mind, but let me put my mind into her. You know what I'm saying? That's what the originator did. The woman that he produced didn't know nothing. She didn't come out equal with him. She didn't know nothing. It was like a baby. I still have to wait. Even though I got company, you can't relate to me. I have to put all my knowledge and wisdom and understanding into you. I have to teach you. So all you are is that you down there starting out like what's that Tom Hanks movie? Shipwreck, where he got the little volleyball. Wilson.
Yeah, I forgot what that's called, but yeah, that was
Yeah. Shit, she just Wilson right now. But you gotta put your mind
yeah,
you gotta put
Wilson.
your mind into her.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. You know, because I say certain things, but like she more on a Christian type level. You know what I mean?
That's
Still,
cool. That's something to work with. We was all Christians. Elijah Muhammad was a Christian. That's how he recognized Master Fard Muhammad. The Quran say the closest ones to us is those that say they Christians.
yeah,
So
you're
you
right.
got to learn that language and bring her around, bring her to yourself, make her fall to you.
Yeah, I definitely got to work on it, man, because I'm always.
Now you got to do it. Don't
Yeah,
work on it. You got to do it.
that's a fact.
Declare that you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it, bro. I'm gonna do it most
You
definitely,
know
man.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
If it
got it.
don't happen, it's gonna be because of her choice. It'll be because of her choice. But you don't quit.
You're right, cause she do got a lot of love. She got a lot of love for me from what she showed me, but I'm the one who's, you know what I mean,
Yeah, you
still got.
spoiled. You
Yeah,
spoiled.
yeah. I still got that. I still got that player juice, not the
Yeah,
voucher player juice. I got to get it up out me.
yeah, man. Yeah, lock in. Just gonna lock in before Allah make you lock in. Before He shut you all the way down. Do it by choice instead of by force.
Hey, that's a fact. Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna do it, man.
Yeah. And I'm just telling you because we didn't tasted that part. We didn't enjoy that. We see what that is, and we still got a void. We still stagnant. We still missing something. So what we missing is that secret that's only at the center of them. You got to go through the fire. You got to go into the fire. You got to go into they traumas, into they demons, into they fears. You got to go into they poisons. You got to go into whatever ignorance and whatever poor home training or poor how they was raised poorly by poor choices. You got to go into their past dudes, and you got to go into all of that with them to be able to get that key that you're really looking for. That's going satisfy that emptiness or that void. Any female you get with, even in the nation, you still gonna run into that. I'm just telling you straight up. So if you got anything that you know they already love you for real, you know what I'm saying, on their level, they grade level, then work with that. Grab a hold of they love that you know they got for you and work on it. Work that.
Most def, man. Most definitely do that.
It's not a prison. You're not in prison, but like Elijah Muhammad said, when he for 3 years, that's why the ministers say, you know, if you can lock in for 3 years, it's going to tell you whether that's the one or not. If it's not the one, at least you gain that amount of exercise and experience that the next woman going to benefit from. But Elijah Muhammad said, I was jailed almost. I was confined. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He had to do what Master Fard Muhammad said for 3 years and 4 months. So I would say any man, you know, lock in with a woman for 3 years. At least 3 years. Then at 3 years, you by 3.5 years, you're gonna know whether that's, you know, the one or you know, or she gonna leave you.
Yeah, you right on that, man. Definitely right.
Man. But yeah, man, let me get you off this hot seat, man. I appreciate you being a good sport, man, and letting the people see you on a therapy couch.
Oh, most def, Cam. Hey, man, you know, hey, man, it's all about the people, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's bigger than me. You know, that's how I see it.
Bigger than me, bigger than Nino Brown. You know, none of us is bigger than the program, but Madon Commit, my brother, we're not going to give away the, you know, the work that we working on yet, but give us your final thoughts on this Sunday Night School Campaign Live, and we're going to go out after that.
Most def, man. I would say to the people, man, just stay steadfast in the truth. Continue to look for the God within. Let's change the way we treat ourselves, change the way we treat our sisters, and let's do better. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Salute, Buddy BK Solo, all my mods. Daryl Jackson, I see you, and Earl Time, CMC, Techniques' class. God willing, man, tomorrow we back at it. Campaign Live. Peace.
Peace.